Okay, while I'm taking a little break, I'll show you. Got a new pump for the well. Um, this one's not going to run for very long, so I'm going to put it remotely and then move my good pump over here. I've talked about it 100 times, I think. I'm going to put my good pump over here so that that line's not under pressure because it's 100 meters under pressure right now. So now we've got a tank. This one's going to go remotely, and I have a remote control switch that I can control here from the house to turn this one on and off. Bought me a new Bosch hammer drill specifically because I've got a lot of rebar to put in for the new cement pad, and my little Milwaukee has hammer drill, but it's not really a hammer drill. It's more of a drill. So this will be a little bit better. Bought me a little 300 baht drone to play with. So that's what I'm doing in the evenings. It works pretty good actually. So over here, doing some welding today. We went and got right here. Went and got a bunch of wood. My Lazada here got an air compressor coming, so pause. All right, that was Lazada delivery, flash delivery. So I bought a little air compressor. Lazada for March 3rd had a 15% off sale. So I grabbed this thing here. It was like 50 bucks. It's not super big, but it's good enough for what I need to do. Just to blow off stuff, air stuff up. I don't know if I'll run any air tools or not, but I don't think I'll run much air tools. So that was pretty cheap for like right at 50 bucks. Then I bought another sheet of plywood, got it all cut up this morning with the help of Goy. So this is going to be a new table, similar style as to what I have there, but about half the size because that thing is just gigantic. So her brother doesn't have the space for it nor the need. So that's going to be a bench. So I'm waiting on glue, and then I'll start putting that together. And it was just 2 layers on the top and 2 layers on the bottom for the benches. So that gives me enough strength. And I think because I'm going cross grain on this, I am going to have to put a strengthener underneath on the steel. So no big deal. But I started working on that's the side supports. The long side support, I guess, and this is the short side support. So I'm just welding these up. I got the little pineapples. I only had 2 left, so I just stuck those on the 2 sides. And the leg material is there, but I'm going to use that for the screed for this big piece here, because it's about 5-meter span here across this, so I can use that aluminum bar for the screed, and then just have to make sure we wash it real good when we're finished, and then that helps. Then I can cut it up and use that for the legs, so get dual use out of that piece, and that will be nice to do. I got all my forms are set, steel laid in here. The reason why I bought the hammer drill is I'm going to insert with some epoxy, some about 12-inch, about 6 inches in that way and 6 inches sticking out, so it ties these 2 pads together, because this is going to be my shop area. And then got this my new recycling place. You can also buy stuff out of here, but I bought 5 meters of this square mesh. It was like 450 baht, 500 baht, which is, under 20 bucks. But I bought a whole roll of the same thing for about half the price. Somebody had taken it to the recycling center, and Goy spotted it out off to the side as we were leaving, so I went and grabbed that. So I've got enough to put in here as well. This is like an overflow, which I know I've got 4Q, which is what that calculates out to, but I have all that already poured in the center. That will be probably enough overflow to fill this up, and if not, we'll just square it off wherever it comes out to. So we have a nice sidewalk here, And then this area here is going to be a big slab on its own. So yeah, that's coming next Tuesday. We got cement pour scheduled for Tuesday. So in the meantime, I'm working on this. Ordered parts from Lazada, so the PVC unions, so you can put them next to the pump. So if you ever need to work on the pump, you can pull the pump out at those unions. The Thai people don't really use those, so they're hard to come by. Thai Watsuda is always out of them every time I go there. So I just ordered them on Lazada. So hopefully they'll be here in a couple days. Then I can relocate my good pump over to here, put that other pump over on the other side. But so far we're getting pretty good pressure from the village water. It's enough where I can actually water plants just on that, but that'll keep my tank topped off. It does get a little murky sometimes, and I think it's just if too many people are using it, it's dropping the well down a little bit and it gets a little mucked up. But if it's too bad, then I'll just use water from our well, and I'll just have to fill the tank up once a day for 10 minutes. So that's all that new pump will run. I got to build a little thing to protect it from the weather, so I'll get that built before I get that put over there. And then I got all the steel laying here to build the little shelter around the water tank. So go back here on the dirty backside. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this in here a little bit here. Zoom out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this in and tie it in up here. Put a little sloped roof on here, and then close these sides in, and mainly just to keep the sun off of the tank. But that's my the pre-filter coming from the city, so that's a lot better than what it used to. It used to be all clay and oily. I think there's some footage of that in previous videos. But and then this will be my feed from our well, so that'll get tied in right there to this line right there, that black line. That'll get tied into that, and then come off the pump will sit right here, and it'll get tied into the house. So that's the plan. Okay, it's sterilization time. Get this from the vet. Is same thing as neutered or spayed for your dog. Doesn't matter which male or female. You pick up the syringes and everything. 80 baht for 5, 6, 7 animals. So $3. So it's not a bad deal. You just got to do it more frequently. So 1 cc for the cats, cc and a half for the dogs. Okay. Knock all the air out. So that's ready for whenever she brings the cat over. So when she brings the cat over, I'll show you injection. Hey.
She made beep 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 now. No. Damn. ไม่เอาลูกไม่เอา Okay.
Just that quick.
มีเทน
ยังบ่ครบอีกหรือ
โอ้ยไอโนอีกเนี่ย
Where'd the cover for this one go? I don't have
นี่
a
อีโต
cover.
แสบเนี่ยมึงเบิ้ง
Honey,
Like
you're
cat
going
cow.
too fast. Slow down. These are skinny ones.
กำลังตึกมันเป็นเด็กน้อย
บิ๊กวันไอโนไปไหนนั่นเนี่ยบริสโนสโน
Don't bother with him now. Just slow down. I need the top for that one needle. There it is.
มันนอนไปไหนปะมันนอ
พอน เมาหรือยัง
Now,
เมาหรือยัง
just go so no. But she don't do it, so I have to fucking do it. I say slow, cha cha. Slow down. You have to get everything set up. You have to, in the vials, you have to put some air in the vial, otherwise you cannot draw out enough. So put air in, and
ลุ
then
งพอเขาดึงยานี่เพิ่นดึงเข็มออกก่อนนะเข้าใจอะกูบ่เคยดึงแบบเพิ่นเลย
draw some air
แต่
out.
ว่ามันดึงมันดูดบ่ค่อยออก
อันนี้ใส่เข็มใหญ่แล้วเข็มน้อยเบิดเลย
Oh, this is a big needle. Shit. You got all big needles. You got 4 big needles. Don't need big needles.
นี่ไง small
อันนี้
Don't
เข็มบ่
don't
ใหญ่
buy any
ธรรม
more
ดา
big
ถ้า
needle.
เข็ม
You don't need big needle.
ถ้าเข็มดึงยามันจะเป็นสีส้ม
บออันนี้อันใหญ่เลยเข็มดึงยาน่ะ
You can load the thing with small needle.
อันเพิ่นแต่เพิ่นบอกว่าบ่ต้องเอาอันใหญ่แล้ว เพิ่นนี่เอาอันน้อยทั้งหมดเลย เพิ่นเอาอันน้อยดึง เพิ่นบอกอันใหญ่
Okay.
พอฉีดยา
Just grab some skin on the leg.
จะร้องทำไม
Just try to go through one layer, and
ว้ายเสร็จแล้ว
pretty painless. They don't mind it
เว
too
ท
bad.
นี่ snow I don't know I cannot find snow
Okay, I'll wait.
เข้าให้มา
Give me a paper towel, please. Yeah, to spade and neuter your cats, it's that easy. Dogs too. You buy this. You buy the syringe. I like these, like, I think what are they, 5cc ones are a little bit better. Because this one you're having to give a full pull on that is 1cc. So, and then you just need the little small bore needles. You don't need, she buys these big bore needles thinking you need those to load the syringe, but really you don't. You just have to go slowly when you pull it back in. But that's the whole point of putting a little bit of air in and a little bit of air out. But by doing that, you can kind of contaminate the stuff, but we're not storing it. We're using the whole vial, or we throw it away because it's so cheap. So we're not going to contaminate it. And we don't share needles, and we just... but the cats, we've been doing this for... this is my 3rd time in doing the shots, so it's not bad. And the cat, it doesn't bother the cats too bad. I did go all the way through when I did a pinch on Mama the first time. I went through 2 layers of skin and went outside the skin. So that's only, you just got to put it under the skin, not in a muscle or any fat or anything. You just pull the skin and stick it through 1 layer of skin, and it's easy. So sterilize your animals, folks. Right there's all you need. Available at your pharmacy if you live in the country. I don't know about in Pattaya. I would think in Pattaya or Bangkok they have that as well, or tell you where to get it. And you cut down on the number of animals that you have. This place has too many. And for dinner tonight, I'm having a ribeye. This is what I can buy at the Macro in Pitsanalook. This is about, it's 200 grams, which I don't know what that boils down to in pounds. I guess I could do the conversion, put it on the screen right here. But this is a ribeye. if anybody been to Waffle House in the States, it's like a Waffle House steak. It's only about a 1/4 inch thick, but it is US beef. And the Australian stuff is okay. The New Zealand stuff is okay. But I like the US beef. It just has a different flavor. And a couple baked potatoes, my style, with the onion in the middle. Some butter and seasoning salt, thanks to a buddy that brought some over to me. So that's what I'm having tonight. So dinner on a Saturday night. Yay. All right, they are burning tonight. You can see all the fires. Even a couple way over there. It gets to be this time of year, the government actually puts in burn bans because it gets so hard to breathe. But tonight's actually fairly clear. Hasn't been too bad lately, but it's been hot. It has been, feels like 100 for days. So everybody's vaccinated. Everybody's got their shots, so he can't get her pregnant. She can't get pregnant. I think these guys are brother and sister, but yeah, they're burning. Unfortunately, that's just the way they do it, but same thing happens in Kansas. They burn the Indians. I've heard stories, they said you have to burn the prairie at least every 7 years or it doesn't produce. And I think the forestry people or the whoever government, they actually burn it now every 7 years. And if you ever drive down I-70 while they're doing that, you can see it for miles and miles and miles. Every time you the top of a ridge, you'll see it, because it's flat, but it used to be an inland ocean, so it has dips and valleys, but all the tops are about the same height, so you can see that fire forever. It's kind of a neat thing because you can see I'm gonna pause while this, yeah, you can see the fire. Everything is brown. Everything is brown. It is so dry here right now. It's just, oh, it's unbearable. I actually had 1 o'clock last night. I got up and turned on the air conditioner. So I was just too hot. I couldn't get to sleep. And then Goy said she was so hot. I said, why didn't you just come into the bedroom? It was air conditioned. It's just a life in Thailand, man. You get used to one way of life, and it's kind of hard to change the mindset. A lot of these people don't have air conditioning. At night, it's bearable. At night, it is bearable, but man, just barely. On days like today, it's been hot all day. It was hot last night, and then they're burning. There's no breeze currently. So, yeah. Thailand. Boy, they hit something. They can see the sparks flying. Excuse my heavy breathing. I'm a fat man. No helmet on their, no light on their motorcycle, but they got a helmet light, safety third. Well, they do have a tail light. Damn. See, and there's no really highway maintenance. I always said I wanted to have buy one of those Yanmars and get a mulcher attachment just so you can run down the side of the road. And you guys can't see that very well because of the lighting conditions, but that's a fire. A lot of sparks flying, and there's just nothing but dry debris that way. Man, another little shop. Second shop, same as Uncle's shop. A lot of these people never leave these villages. They just stay close by here. We go into town all day. Man, look at all that. I don't see anybody watching it. Which it's spread. And the only good thing is there's not much wind tonight, so it's not traveling very far. But this whole area over here is all dry. So there was a bunch of sparks flying that way. And our village, this would be the west road of the village. We're on the east road. I just walked from one side to the other while you were watching, so it's not very big. So this is why Chiang Mai has such bad air quality. Everything is flowing north as the prevailing winds go south to north. And there's kind of a natural ridge of mountains up there, so it kind of just all blocks in. If you've ever been to California, out in LA, and you see the smog up against the mountains when there's a breeze coming from offshore to inshore. Yeah, I can feel the heat from clear over here. It's kind of the same thing builds up in Chiang Mai. It's just the elevation of the mountains. Kind of closes everything off in the north. It's all along the northeast corridor. There's a lot of hills and valleys, mountains. Yeah, sorta. Between a mountain and a hill. So it holds all that smog in. Yeah, that's a fire. That's all that grass that grows up, that it's like a reed. That stuff just explodes. It's not throwing a lot of sparks though. It's burning. But that's all dry. And you can see that one right. If I go right here, that's a mile away. Damn. Maybe you see a little tornado. It's pulling all the debris back in to the fire, so that's kind of keeping it contained. So, yeah, it's calming down now. We'll come by here tomorrow. I'll show you the aftermath. The world's on fire, but we do it in the States too. So, Kansas prairie grass fires, same principle. But this is just burning out. Is this in the green season? If you go back and look at the videos 6 months ago, you see how green it is here. Now we're getting towards the end of the dry season, so they're burning everything off. If you don't, this place would just be, I mean, the jungle takes over. I have a hard time keeping the vines off of my fence lines, and it's just how they deal with it. And they've been doing it this way for 1,000 years. What we haven't been doing for 1,000 years is flying in airplanes all around the world. They've been doing this for 1,000 years, so which one's worse? I don't know. So this is the aftermath of last night's burning. Basically all along the road and all along the centers of the field dividers, they burn up. Doesn't bother the eucalyptus. The eucalyptus will recover, which is what that all is. And that's been cut multiple times. That's why it's all spindly. But yeah, that's a distance shot that I had. You can see all that was all burnt yesterday, and got over to here late last night. Some of it's still pretty hot, but it cleans up. They use these ditches, the canals, to transport water. Just fill them up with crap, and they get full and can't move water around. So you see, they'll build this back when they start flooding the field. They'll build this wall back right here, and yeah. Smell-o-vision, it definitely smells burnt. So that's what it's like after, and then it'll green as soon as we get the rains here another month. It'll green right back up and be just a lush tropical garden after that. Bananas get burnt, but they'll recover. They'll recover quickly. These leaves fall off in a month. This will look like it never got burnt. So they recover quickly.